Welcome to WordMover. This iPad-compatible app, brought to you by the National Council of Teachers of English, is the perfect tool for helping writers of all ages create found poetry, or poetry with select words or phrases taken from someone else's work and revamped to make it their own. It is quite easy to navigate and allows students to personalize their poems in a variety of ways, as you will see in this video. Let's get started. This is the first page students will see upon entering the WordMover app. As you can see, I already had my own account set up on this particular iPad. To create a new user, simply tap on the Create New User button on the bottom left corner of the white box. Creating an account on WordMover is extremely easy. Just enter the username of your choice and then tap Save. No password is required. The WordMover app can hold an unlimited number of users at once, so even if you only have 1 or 2 iPads available to your classroom, all of your students can have access to their own personal account. When you're ready to get started, tap your username and you will be taken into the home page of the app. When starting a new poem, you have several options. You can use a randomized word bank, a word bank from 4 different famous works listed at the bottom, or you can start a poem that's all your own without a word bank. First, let's look at the randomized word bank, which is represented by the top left box. There are a variety of words in the randomized word bank that will inspire your students to create many different types of poetry. They may choose to write about nature, sports, or anything else. No matter which topic they choose, though, WordMover has a special feature that will support the mood of their poem. By clicking on Backgrounds, which you will see on the top right of your screen, you will see a choice of 12 different backdrops for your poem. This time, I'll choose the theater curtains. By collapsing your word bank, you will get the full effect of what your background looks like. Now, if you're working on more than one poem at a time, and you feel like switching in the middle of a session, you can get to the menu that lists all of your poems by tapping My Poems on the top right corner of the screen. Right now, I only have one poem, but that will change in just a bit. To navigate back to the home screen, which lists the different word banks you can choose from, tap Create New Found Poetry. Now we're back to where we started. This time, let's try out one of the famous works word banks. I'm going to choose America the Beautiful. I renamed this poem Patriotic, as you can see at the top of the screen. All you have to do to make your own title is tap on the white box, which usually says Untitled Work, and replace it using the keyboard that will pop up. Also, notice that the word bank contains every word in America the Beautiful. Students may use any of these words that they would like to for their poem. I'm going to use the sky background for this poem. Now that the poem is named and a background is chosen, I'm ready to start my poem. But first, I'll go back to the My Poems page and show you how to delete a poem. To delete a poem, all you have to do is tap on the small trash bin icon on the top right corner of the desired poem thumbnail. I'll delete my untitled poem. Now I'm back down to one poem. One more thing I'll show you before moving on is how to share your poem. As you can see, on the bottom of the poem thumbnail, it says Share It. When you tap on that, the following screen shows up. You can choose to save your poem as a photo, send it to a friend or teacher through email, or send it to the printer. You can also go back and make final changes by tapping Edit, or go back to the My Poem screen, which is what I'll do now. Let's go to the home screen and create one more poem and learn about a few more features this app has to offer. This time, I'll choose Shakespeare's Sonnet 18, and I'll go more in depth with how to actually choose, arrange, and add poems. I'm skipping ahead a bit since we already know how to choose a background and change the name of your poem. The next thing you can do is check out the words in your word bank and grab your favorites. To place a word into your poem, just hold your finger down over it and drag it into the actual backdrop of your poem. This poem is a bit longer than America the Beautiful, so there are 2 pages of words to choose from. Lots of options to inspire a great poem. But of course, we don't want students to be relying completely on the words of somebody else. The app does allow you to add your own words to mix and match with those from the word bank. Just tap Add a Word, which is on the right-hand side under Backgrounds. A blank box appears, and you are able to type in whatever you please. Another great option WordMover provides is to change the color, font, and effects of your text. Just hold your finger down on one word without moving it to make this tool appear. Being able to customize the appearance of your words makes the poem even more personal and gives it just the effect you want. Thank you for watching this tutorial on the WordMover app. Hopefully, you now have all the knowledge you need to introduce this useful tool into your English classroom.